perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. So I'm going to continue.
Hey, I know
on.
that cover.
Yeah. Bro, this cover is beautiful, dude. It really is. The main cover is a great cover, and there's a name for this. When you don't have the license, I guess it is parody covers. I guess it is, and I've bought in these before. I bought in the Paul Green Star Wars parody covers. I love them. I love the one where it's the chick as Jango Fett, and there's the one where it's the stormtrooper. Right, those are cool things, and I get it, but I don't know if my tastes are moving. Because I don't understand the allure to take a character who, and again, this my opinion can be changed on this. I don't understand why you take a character and you have to throw that on there. But here's what I do understand. I do understand it sells, right? It sells. It'll always sell. What was your decision to kind of do this cover, brother?
So really, the idea really came out of Mad Love Comics and Art. So really, those are the guys. They started last year. This is actually their 40th cover. So to give you a background on them, what they do, these aren't really like, it's not a comic book. It's a comic book size. You can get it graded. This is an artist portfolio for Japs Archer. So basically, interiors is for anybody who's gone to cons. You know, artists do sketchbooks. So it's similar to a sketchbook. The interiors are full colored rendered, either variant cover, covers that they've already worked with through Mad Love, or just other different renditions of art that they've already done. I've been following Mad Love since probably their first one they did a long time ago, which was he started with a Satana one, which I was like, wow, I'm blown away. He finds different artists that are no names and kind of brings them on to do these artists. And he's also been doing these new things called cosplays. So for the cosplays, it's an original cosplay character or cosplay person. And on the interiors, it's different pages for their own cosplay. So he did the Zatanna one right there on the right. And then he got this artist, Japs Archer. He did a Ahsoka Tano. Recently, he did a Sabine Wren and a Hera Syndulla. And obviously, you know me, if people know me, huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And basically, I reached out to him. I said, listen, I was like, I love, I've been picking up Spider-Gwen was another one that I picked up as well. I was like, listen, I've been picking up a lot of your stuff. I would love to do a collaboration cover between my podcast and you. I said, listen, I'm a huge Dr. Aphra fan. Let's try to make something work. And he said, absolutely. And it was actually in the works already. So it was going to be maybe not this one. It was going to be another one, but we were able to get this. And I was so happy the way this came out.
Was it your decision to do the extra the nudie covers, or is that just something that happens on every Mad Love
yeah,
book?
pretty much. If you look at the covers, if you go on his website, for the most part, you get a cover A, a cover B virgin, and then it would be like a topless and the nude.
Yeah. So basically, you knew that was going to have to happen going in.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the trades, of course, trades are going to go, virgins are going to go, and there's a realm for topless and nude covers. For me, I was an old Zenoscope guy. I was collecting Zenoscope in like the 2010s. I would get the regular variants, and I know you kind of talked about the Paul Green stuff. I love Paul Green when he was doing Zenoscope. Elias Chadzudis is another one of my favorite artists. So I get those variants that came out of the conventions, but I would never get the ones that are like fully nude. If I want to see tits,
yeah,
see real tits. Like I'm not seeing a comic book cover for it. So,
yeah.
Anybody like Mike DeBalfo, Ali Granov, Elias Chadzudis, all those artists, Zenoscope artists that work, Dawn McTeague, Sabine Rich, like they'll do like a nice, and then they'll do a naughty, and then sometimes they'll do a nude. I was always about the nice and the naughty ones. I wasn't all about the nude ones. So
yeah. It's a weird
going
thing,
into
dude.
it. I was like, I don't know, dude. I was like, I don't know if people are gonna like the nudes and the topless, but they sold super well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down to maybe to give everybody background. So it's a 50 print run on each of these: the trade dress, the virgin, the topless, and the nude. They were 50. Metals, foils were limited to 10 on each, and metals were limited to 10. And basically, myself and Milton the Manimal, of course, Comic Con podcast crew, we split the print run with Mad Love. So we got half of that. And I'm literally down to, I think, 6 or 7 topless and nudes left. And everything else is sold out.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's nuts. I mean, it's a gorgeous cover. This right here is amazing. The background with the heads on the spikes. It's a really, really good cover. It's just become so common to me, man, to see certain books like a perfect example is Shikari, man. Like I remember seeing these Shikari. I brought up Shikari. I hope I'm saying that right on my IG and during the IG art little thing because some beautiful, beautiful art out there. But then I started seeing like the actress ones, right, where they have like Rey from Star Wars head and then a body of Pam Anderson times 10, you know what I mean? And it looks real. And because Rey doesn't have double D tits and a fat ass, it feels weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you guys think about that? You guys into the Shikari stuff? And if you are, I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem, Anybody?
No, I don't really collect that.
No,
I'm not into it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I'm not into it. I just haven't dabbled.
Yeah.
Not even, messed around. This is actually a new topic for me. The one thing I'm not into is the nude with the chick squirting, and I'm just not totally not into that.
And listen, I'm okay with people collecting it. Here's what is weird to me, and all this is open to change my opinion. I'm always open to have my opinion changed for most things. I understand, like back in the day. We all have those stories about going in the comic book shop, right? And back in the day, and when we would go into the comic book shop back in the day, there would be that area that has the little curtain drawstring, just like in the video store, right? And you kind of always knew it was back there. You'd figure out ways to sneak in there to buy a Faust book every once in a while or something. And it was just the way it is. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that. But the thing that's kind of weird to me is that this is so out in the open now, and you're going to cons, right? And you got books that are out there, and you see like these like sitting out on tables, and it's kind of weird to me. It's just weird to me, and I'm getting like I said, I don't feel like I'm a prude person, but I don't understand it, man. I don't really understand it. And then on top of it, I really don't understand the what's the way to put it? The reality, putting this on characters who are seen as young, and that's what I want to get into, right? So we've brought up this topic before. There was that Wednesday cover, I think, that kind of made me take that road. That kind of made me go, man, isn't Wednesday supposed to be like a young girl? I feel like that's. You saw, we've talked about it on the Disney books, fetishizing some of the Disney characters and stuff. It feels kind of weird. I would love to know from most people out there, including people in the chat, people on this panel, people talking. Is that okay? Is that something that is okay to be as much used as it is today? If it is, why? If it isn't, why not? I think a lot of people are okay with it being made. It's just it feels.
It shouldn't be represented in that way.
Yes.
Because of we know that character as someone that's underage, right? But then to I don't know, quote unquote adult them up or whatever, it still seems like that's somewhat in a gray area of what should be appropriate and what's not.
Yes. Well, and here's the other thing. I understand. I understand it's about making money, right? I understand it's about making money, and these things sell. So I'm okay. Like, I get it. Like, that's the other thing. There's people that are this is a business. And I look at what happened with the Afra book, and he knew going in that this was going to be a thing. I'm to be honest, like, I'm cool with it being made because it gave us such a beautiful regular cover. But just the thing to me is weird, and maybe I'm gonna stand on a soapbox here and be like, I don't look at Afra as like this tantalizing girl with her tits hanging out. That's not the caricature. Like, if this was the chick from Roger Rabbit, I'd be cool with it, right? And or something like that. It just feels off that we're putting these fake things on these characters, whether it's you're adding a fake body to a real person's head, you're adding fake attributes to a character that normally doesn't have these attributes. It just feels it feels like an interesting topic to talk about, so that's why I wanted to bring it up, for sure.
Yeah, Brian, I'm with you on it. If you go to Mad Love's Instagram, you'll see the Ahsoka one that he did. It's not too old, and it's I don't do that one, yeah, and I don't see Ahsoka as like a sexual character. I love Ahsoka; she's my favorite Star Wars character, but yeah, it's I think it's a little on the it borders on the tasteless side, but sometimes there are, or it's. Her ass is right there. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you don't see her boobs. I mean, all the versions for this are very clean though. It's this cover. I actually have.
I don't mind this one actually.
Like,
I don't really,
there's this one. It's like a close up. So.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
cool.
This is gorgeous art, and that's the thing, and that's what really I wanted to also bring up, is the fact that, let's be like, I got to be honest here. This could be an Adam Hughes comic cover of 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I grew up loving Adam Hughes, Dave Stevens, that would sexualize characters, right? And one of the topics, the reason why this was one of the topics in Drama Alert, it's going to take us into another topic, as we segue later on, but. This has been going on since the pinup days, right? We're going to talk about these amazing pinup artists, these, Alberto Vargas, Olivia, these pinup artists that just draw beautiful art. But I guess there's this thing. Yeah, JC Comics says that's tasteful. There's a tastefulness, right?
Mm.
There's a tastefulness.
But at the same time, like, the last time we saw Ahsoka in anything in Star Wars was her as an adult.
You're right.
So it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like,
and it's Rosie. It's Rosie. What's her name? Rosie Dawson.
Yeah.
Rosario.
Yeah.
She's kind of like a sex appeal character.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I feel like that's the difference here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not seeing, it wasn't like the last season of Clone Wars dropping. It was her aged up as an adult, like beating up with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Versus, and then all of a sudden, everyone's on that hype train of Wednesday, which is a high school character, and then you have, I guess a sexy cover of Wednesday or whatever.
For the most part,
there is a Spider-Gwen too. If you go up a little bit, I think.
For the most part, this stuff is
showed it before.
This stuff is gorgeous. I mean, this is gorgeous right here. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, the cosplay stuff is nice that he's been working with some of these cosplay artists.
And I don't mind the cosplay stuff, I'm cool with that. I get it. Like, but this is kind of weird to me, man. That's kind of weird to me. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's kind of manga anime-ish. Yeah. And they love that shit.
That's
right?
beautiful. This isn't. That's the other thing. I mean, we were just talking about Will Jack's Power Girl. Power Girl is a character. That's another thing, that's very sexualized, obviously. But there is that taste factor. There's that weird taste factor, and that's different for everybody. And I get that. It's very, wow, that's beautiful right there. That is amazing. Yeah. It's an interesting thing, and yeah, of course, brother. But that's not why I'm talking about this. Trust me. I just it's become a topic that is talked about everywhere, and we're getting to a point where there's a lot of I guess what's interesting is there is a lot of new sellers and new people to the hobby, and they're looking at the fastest way to make a buck in this, the fastest way to be, on the positive, the fastest way to, start a business. And let's be honest, if you're watching these shows, you're thinking, get into the variant game, do a risque cover, sell out. It happens a lot. And then the other crazy thing to me is I would love to know your guys' thoughts on this, because I get talked a lot of calls about this too. Hold on here. I'm gonna find it. There's always been cover models, right, that go to cons. There's always been cover models out there and all that type of stuff. That or not Vampirella. Who's the other one? The TV one? That
Elvira.
That Jesse James is always talking about. It's very interesting, very interesting. But one that's been coming up a lot for me, and I'm sure it's been coming up a lot for you and other people on this, in the chat, is Melinda's Comics, right? And Melinda's Comics has kind of taken it to a place where she's putting like an image of like an artist is drawing her as the character on the cover, right? And she has the nudie versions of that cover, right? Which is a totally different take on it. Like this is a totally different take on it. And I could see so many people jumping onto this bandwagon, and you got crazy things like this. Dr. Flaw's Comics, I saw this. It said, big announcement. It's possible I made Melinda's Comics blush, but this much is true. Her eyelash is stuck on this book. It's a 300 print naughty variant, and he's going to auction it off tomorrow because her eyelash got caught on a piece where she signed it.
It's kind of cool.
People will buy anything, I guess, right?
It's like, do you guys watch Succession?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
You remember when what's his name's character, Mattson's character, said that he was sending his ex blood?
Yeah.
People are into shit like that.
Yeah,
believe it or
they
not.
are, man. They are. They 100% are. I would love to talk to Melinda's Comics one day, because I feel like, man, she's probably got some crazy fucking stories, dude. Like, people are saving her eyelashes, man.
I just ran across her IG, or who she was, maybe a couple months ago, and my first thought was, okay, this is another dude behind the scenes having his really good looking woman market his shit, which I'm not saying that's bad. That's what I thought, but no, she seems like she's really taking this.
And on top of that, like, we love things like this too, right? I put myself right in there. I love Frank Choke sketch covers. These are fucking hilarious, right? So where is the line, if there is a line? I want to start asking people, and I'd love to have people put in the comments below. And I appreciate you coming on tonight, man, to talk about it. And I'm really stoked that you sold out of it. I think it's probably one of the best. The regular cover is one of the best Afra covers. That background is so amazing, dude. I'm a big fan of Afra, just like you. I love Star Wars just like you. I follow the shit out of everything Star Wars that you do, so keep it up. And then I'm sure that we'll key in on it in the future and see if you decide to jump in that sandbox again.